Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Meeting of Minds. Playing left hand side as the Thousand Sons, we've got Futomaki. Playing the right hand side as the Shogun at Renegade Guard, we have got Kubini. Kubini will be opening up a squad of combat engineers, double militia rangers, a Tekkan field dirger, inner circle teleportarium, and a Tesla reactor. Whereas Futomaki is going to go for a couple of Thrall Wizards, a Sorcerer Lord, Demon Gate, and a Rune Scribe Construct for his opening. So yeah, we've seen Kubini go for a couple of Renegade Guard games playing as the Shogunate. What did we do? We saw him win against the Tau, fail against the Eldar. So, I mean, this is a batting for the averages, seeing if he can take on the Thousand Sons. And this will be quite a difficult game for him if Futomaki can make use of that Sorcerer Lord. We are seeing a Demon Gate for him, so potential for lots and lots of Screamer, blooming, Cinchian, demony things. He'll be quite good at keeping up these Militia Rangers, especially for the, what have you called the regular people, the Tekkan Warriors, as they don't really have any weapons that they can make use to keep them back. There's no grenade launchers for them to smash these guys around onto their backside. So, but they are quite decent in close combat in comparison to a lot of other Imperial Guard kind of styled infantry, which I feel like I've said at the beginning of every single game we've seen of the Shogunate Renegade Guard so far. But hey-oh, you know, it's just the way the things work, isn't it? Now, what book are you going to go for? I assume probably Illusionist to be amazing for you, as going up against the Eternal Shogun. She is quite beefy in close combat, and if you can get multiple copies of that Sorcerer Lord to smash her up in close combat, would be quite ideal. She's going to come straight on over and see what she could do. Maybe poking and prodding at this Silver Spire over yonder. The easiest of all the listening posts to take on this kind of map. Seeing the Tekkan Warriors moving forward will come into contact with the Screamers of Zinch. Swiftly throwing a grenade straight away, doing a little bit of damage to two models there and keeping them back a little bit. They will keep these guys on their toes. Might struggle to keep into close combat range with them. Sorcerer Lord moving on down, and what are you going to go for? I've gone for Clones and Confusion. Yep, so you have gone for the Illusionist Spellbook. Eternal Shogun riding roughshot on the Silver Spire. Very remarkable damage against buildings, does she? So ideal just to leave her on her own, really, and just do some harassment on solo kind of fittings while everyone else goes about their wicked and foul business. Soldier's going to run inside the listening post and fire at these Screamers on their own. I've seen the Sorcerer Lord chase after the Eternal Shogun. I wonder who would win in a straight 1v1. I mean, granted, probably the Sorcerer once he gets his clones out. But without his clones, I don't know if the Shogun will win that kind of engagement. We're going to see more Screamers on the way for them. And how expensive are you? You are 50 blue and 5 green, so quite expensive. All things considered. We'll slow down the tier 2. If they have to reinforce them too many times, but have come back home to almost hammer and anvil the Shogun lady person. Deciding to jump straight back over onto here. Has been thrown on top of them, keeping them at bay. And there's quite a lot of them now at the moment. Thrall Wizards attempting to capture the critical location in the centre. Will probably get it as a second squad of Screamers come on over. Double Sorcerers now. One bit of clone, one being the OG original. But plenty use of these grenades to make sure that everyone's not keeping on top of these guys. But now that there's two squads of Screamers, keep both of these warrior squads tied up. Gonna have a little bit of difficulty in keeping their footing here. Shadow bolts coming forward, doing a fair bit of damage to the Tekkan warriors. And it does seem that even the melee squads do have a bit of difficulty in attacking range units that are moving away from them. The slight AoE, is it AoE damage? They're doing something, they're killing something as everyone's running down, so they're not completely useless in this scenario. In comes a war correspondent for the general goodness of the squads nearby. Listening post will be eaten alive by the Screamers as these guys keep them at bay. Warriors inside the dojo are going to come out. It's not a winning engagement for the Screamers, but they're just here to screen. Screamers that screen as the Sorcerer Lord finishes off that listening post. And these guys continue to rain a campaign of terror Corruption on the floor, keeping these guys on the back foot. Yeah, Sorcerer Lord causing some issues for the Shogun. The war correspondent focusing on that Sorcerer Lord, increasing the overall range damage he takes. And there's two-pronged attacks going on here. Plenty of micro for the for Kubini to have to deal with. Best thing about these Screamers is that you can just kind of right-click them on a squad and they'll just follow them forever and ever, amen. Whereas these guys obviously have to focus on where they move them and what they're doing with them. Looks like a squad wipe happened down here. Those Screamers can just focus on that person over on the northern side. Sorcerer Lord looking for an improved confusion and improved clone research. Confusion just making these guys... I'm not sure if it just stops them from firing. Makes them fire at their own squads. Something like that. Screamer's been beaten back. We'll have to go all the way back home to regain that morale. Oh no, they don't. They can regain it here. They are different from the regular Chaos Demons in that regard. That's too much firepower for one squad of Screamers to deal with. What's the plan at the moment? They are in Tier 2, so Chosen are coming out. Are they in Tier 2? Yes, they are in Tier 2. So, quite a melee focus for the Thousand Suns here. Isn't what you would normally see. You'd normally see some Rubik Marines coming out just for some range support for the Screamers. I keep wanting to call them Screamer Killers, but that is Tyranid territory. Silver Spire being unupgraded. Is now taking some damage from the Wombo Combo fighting forces of these Tekkan warriors. They do now have the warrior champions for the plasma pistols. Here come the Chosen, relatively swift for a Rubik Marine styled unit. Strong in melee, do have morale, so unlike the regular Rubik Marines, you've got to keep that into consideration. Screamers moving on forward. Are you taking up into something substantial? Yes, you are, but you are only 30% of the way there. So we'll be a little behind in that regard. Wonderful use of those grenades still. Also seeing a, or whatever you're called, the... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. Exarat, whatever. Well, he's going to come out, and he's got some good range damage on the go for him. Morale been broken on these Tekkan warriors. Also been slowed down by some zappy nonsense from the Sorcerer Lord that has joined the Chosen. So that will also keep him alive for quite a long time as well. Donald Shogun's still on the battlefield there. She's doing alright. Constant firepower coming from Blue Scribes here. And is that one squad wipe? Oh no, I can't quite tell. One dude has gone inside. Or one squad even. It seems there's only one squad left over. I managed to get something there. Good economy is 104 and 60 compared to 160 and 50. It might have been a case that they popped a squad into listening first and moved them back over here. That might have been the case. Got these Blue Scribes really throwing down a fistful of badness. Plenty of firepower incoming from that Shogun zappy ranged attack. Sorcerer Lord got a clone out, I do believe. Yep, a couple of them. And get, oh, there's three of them. There's three of them in total. That improved clone research does increase the amount of clones that are available on the battlefield at any one given time. Tengu General, more anime weave nonsense. That is also good in close combat. Lynch can also convert a squad of enemies onto their side for a limited amount of time. Wonderful use of that corruption there. Damage over time to all these models standing in its grounds. Still being able to jump inside that fuel dojo. Going to transition over to Bastion as well, allowing them to throw out some plasma pistol fire. One listed post gone down. We do see some foul wizards coming over, some de-gapping. The second listing post about to be smashed up. Good use for shadow bolts as well. Plenty of damage. And here comes that Tengu General. Oh, you are the ranged one. Fair enough. Got lots of very strong heroes, or commanders should I say, to the Shogunate Renegade Guard. Losing a significant amount of the buildings. The old dojo goes down. We'll instantly start rebuilding it. That's quite a substantial loss. Chosen now, though, at risk of being blasted to high heavens. Don't seem to have any more screamers left over. Oh, we've got the... Oh, just narrowly nick of time. But have you saved it? Got 1, 2... Yeah, no, just narrowly surviving. Taking that down. The Feral Wizards here. Oh, if you managed to capture that earlier on, that would have been a victory quite earlier. But moved over, not quite clicked on the right place there. Sudden Chimera throwing out some smoke grenades, which on their tooltip it says it confuses the enemy. I'm not sure what that means. Whether that just slows them down, reduces their damage or something, not entirely sure, but it's constant smoke everywhere. Quite the pain. Screamers are back on the field. Everyone jumping back inside the Southern Chimera. The assault continues. Silver Spire's finished on this listing post. Tengu General falls back. He's basically armed with a sniper of some sorts. Getting in close combat, not where she wants to be. Chimera repositioning the men away from the Chosen. We're potentially going to get some shots off on this. His tooltip name is different from his actual name on here. The Blue Scribes, what I'm going to call them. Morale being broken on the Chosen. Some Ballista Maidens hide behind this solid wall here. Get that damage in. Can't be slowed down by the Chosen. Over off in the distance, we've got now triple squads of Screamer Killers. Well, not Screamer Killers, just Screamers. Slangshot, read the name for goodness sake. And that's quite a sizable amount. They could actually probably do a lot of damage for all the Tekkan people down on the southern side. Won't be able to stop them for a little while. The Chosen been wiped out to a man. Is the Sorcerer still alive? Sorcerer has been killed. It's a major blow for the Thousand Suns here. Our Wizards running away, but those Screamers munching through the mechanized command, so no vehicles available for the Tekkan, exception of this Southern Chimera. Do have some occult forges with a deceiver on the way. And currently no anti-vehicle for the Renegade Guard at the moment. Will Kubini fall foul to his previous mistake of not getting any tank busters? Well, the Ballista Maiden's been moved around in the Southern Chimeras, going to do a lot of damage to these Screamers if not tied up. But no tank busters on the way. Don't know if they've even seen, can they see it at the moment? Yep, they can see the occult forge, so they do know something's going to come out. Bright yellow and red, Deceiver. Southern Chimera comes in close proximity of it, but will run fast and fresh. Tekkan Warriors are overextending their welcome. Sorcerer Lord bringing out all the tools of the trade. Corrupted, floor, clone stuff as well. And the Eternal Shogun's been killed. Will have broken the morale of these Ballista Maidens over the northern side. The Deceiver running on in will attempt to destroy this inner circle teleportarium before they're able to regain their Shogun. And there we go, double tank busters. Quite expensive considering that they're 195 blue and 45 green. Got the combat engineer coming in to repair this circle teleportarium. The Deceiver just completely ignores that incoming damage from the Ballista Maidens. But no point in trying to break it down, as the combat engineer does have quite a fast repair speed. Anyone gone for these slag deposits at the moment? No, not at the moment. Too much argy-bargy in the centre for them to deal with. Blue Scribe throwing down some blue nonsense. Smack bang in the middle of those Maidens. As the Deceivers coming in for some more bashy smashy stuff. I've seen this tank busters will engage them in close combat. The Shogun comes back online. And the strategic point down here is still taken out. The economy's been 110 and 50 and 154 and 60. And yeah, this must be a micro nightmare for Kubini at the moment. He's been attacked on several different fronts. One Deceiver in the base, Screamers on the southern side, Deceiver on the northern side. Just plot some big plays to get all this done. Sandbuster's focusing on the Deceiver to do remarkable damage against him. Now that's been sorted out. Sorcerer Lord entering the base with, I assume you're a clone. No, you're not a clone, you were the real McCoy there. Stabbed down by that Shogun. Deceiver still on the northern side, taking out that Renegade Tactica.
Yes, ignorant fool.
And what a pain this is. They have lost quite a lot of their buildings so far. Got to lose a second listing first. Don't know if that was cancelled or not. Now he's got those Titan Busters. They're hiding on the floor. I do quite like that animation, them just sinking into the ground. Still get their morale broken there. But coming back out. Really got to focus down these Deceivers there. An absolute pain in the backside. Tengu General stabbing away. Screamers now been wiped out. They were now going to be able to focus on the Deceivers, but taking out double listing bursts. And more Screamers coming in. The fact that the Shogun are still in this game is quite remarkable. The longer the game goes on, though, the harder they're going to find it. Look at that Deceiver just keeping on top of these ladies. None of their morale is allowed to happen. As the Eternal Shogun goes toe to toe with the Deceiver, doing a good job against him as well. She takes no prisoners. She is the main character. She is the protagonist in this anime episode. Deceiver goes down. All these Titan Busters are all bunched together. Need to spread them out a bit. Don't want to take them on. Doing practically no damage with their morale being broken. That's the one thing that the Deceiver does really well, armed with two flamers on them. Are in tier 3 now. So what's the plan for you? Trying to get some more Titan Busters out, but need another field dojo online. Unable to really make use of their tier 3. As I don't think... Okay, you've got no tank space. I'm going to go for some more combat engineers. Marker's Inch. For potential... Now, the Marker's Inch, that gets you out the... Well, I mean, you can always get the Giga Bastion out regardless, but the Marker's Inch gives it a really strong ability on top of it. Able to do incredible amounts of damage to infantry on the battlefield. Definitely need some vehicles for yourself. Southern Chimera falling back a bit. And the Thousand Suns have slowed down just a bit. Got Predator on the way. I've not regained their Sorcerer as far as I'm aware, which might come back to bite him. The Sorcerer is relevant throughout the entire game. Thousand Suns unit composition is just not complete without him. And not really getting much else at the moment. Are seeing the Grand Guji, if I'm pronouncing that right, Gujai maybe. Quite a lot of heroes for the Shogun Renegade Guard. Got a squad, single combatants, bring it back. I've seen smoke around this Predator, and the Deceiver being taken down. Horses Inch to focus on the buildings will be killed quite quickly all the same. Yeah, these Titan Busters, their morale is just not doing them any favours, is it? Constantly in a state of panic. I suppose who wouldn't when you've got a big hulking pile of mutated metal and with 2 flamethrowers coming at you. Less than ideal. And he must be holding a lot of stock in this hero coming out because he's got nothing else on the go. Lamandu's got not much more economy for buying anything else neither. Tankbusters chasing away these predators. And what's on the cards for you? You have got tier 4 coming. A mutated squad as well. And regaining that Sorcerer Lord. There we go. That is a good thing to see. The Grand Guji has finished. If it's not, I mean, the General is able to convert enemy squads to your side. I do believe it is then the Grand Lady herself. Again, I'd read the tooltips, but the tooltips don't really tell you all that much. Just give you a bunch of fluff. As far as I'm aware, you know, fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, well, still shame on you. Gosh darn it. Don't blame the victim. Sorcerer Lord going to chase away all these guys. Although taking a significant amount of damage from those Ballista Maidens. Almost, in fact, yeah, just wipes out once again. Mutants charging on forward but taking quite a lot of damage from the blooming General, just throwing down a big black hole in there. Double heroes moving on the northern side as the Thousand Suns spread across the battlefield once again, keeping that multi-pronged attack on the go. Those mutants moving at Mach speed. Keep those maidens on the run. General throwing out that sniper fire. Won't do much. It's morale of the mutated squad, but seemingly these get ladies got some sort of upgrade on the go for them because they're killing things a lot quicker than before. Over here, the Shogun. Oh, you're over here. You're dead. Not really doing all that much, actually. First, because the Prowl Wizards were repairing that Silver Spire. At least I assume that was what was happening. Well, at the moment, Futomaki has got 2 minutes of that critical location. Countdown victory on the way. Now got... Oh, he's got his friend. He's got half an axle, whatever you call him. And then the OG Blue Scribe. Another listing post has been assaulted. Considering that the Shogun have been constantly losing models over and over again and buildings over and over again. Still holding in strong. This is looking less and less tenable. Those mutants being a real pain. This is to be engaging in point blank range fire, not making maximum use of their range. Just constant morale being broken for the Renegade Guard here. That's been thrown down by the Guji. Now losing their teleportarium. Futomaki 45 seconds away from one kind of victory or another. The Bastion low on health as the pink horrors throw their Pokeballs all around everywhere. And oh, we've got Demon Prince of Zinch here. A tasty looking model. We'll have a look at that when the game ends. And oh well, just as the game ends, that's when the camera starts doing some weird stuff. So yes, I won't do too much of a breakdown, but I will have a look at this model really cheekily. Oh, look at him! That's a powerful piece of kit right there. But yeah, so I mean, essentially that was just a complete slobber knocker. It was just Futomaki saying, right, okay, well, you might be able to amass your units in one kind of zone and be able to kill some of my boys relatively quickly when you've got that combined arms fire of the Tank Busters, the Ballista Maidens, and the Takan Warriors. But if I'm able to attack you on all sides simultaneously at the same time, you can't use that wombo combo of a unit composition to be able to take me down. And while the Takan soldiers were able to beat them back several times, even almost getting over on this side, and I mean, it kind of didn't do well for them when they lost 2 squads over here by overextending themselves. Should have really focused on the extremities on the far sides first and foremost before doing anything else. But yeah, that happened. That's the way that the game went. Yeah, cool. So cheers for watching at home. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there is also Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As with Mr. Landshark, pleasure as always never short. Now, see you in a bit. Peace.